Hi, this is Kit Welchlin. Today I will discuss how do you handle difficult conversations at work. I am often asked, how do you handle difficult conversations at work? The most important thing you can do is be prepared. Carefully script what you are going to say in those tough conversations. The process of conversation takes in at least 5 steps: opening, feed forward, business, feedback, and closing. The first step is to open the conversation, usually with some kind of a greeting. Hi, how are you? Or hi, how's it going? Greetings, of course, may be nonverbal as well. In normal conversations, the greeting is reciprocated with a greeting similar in degree of formality and intensity. Openings are also generally consistent in tone with the main part of the conversation. At the second step, you usually provide some kind of feed forward, which gives the other person a general idea of the conversation's focus. I've got to tell you about, or did you hear about what happened in the meeting this morning? Feed forward may also identify the tone of the conversation. I'm really concerned and need to talk with you, or the time required. This is just going to take a couple of minutes. And the third step, you talk about the business, the substance or the focus of the conversation. The term business is used to emphasize that most conversations are goal-directed. This is the longest part of the conversation and the reason for the opening and the feed forward. And the fourth step, you reflect back on the conversation to signal that as far as you're concerned, the business is complete. So you may want to follow up, or you might say, wasn't that the best outcome you could expect given? The other person may not agree that the business has been completed and may therefore counter with, I'm not sure exactly what you're asking me to do, or but what is the budget and the time frame? And you'll need to go back a step and continue the business. You want to make sure people feel heard. You want them to know we understand their point of view. The fifth and final step is the closing, the goodbye, which often reveals how satisfied the persons are in the conversation. I hope you'll call soon. The closing may also be used to schedule future conversations. Let's meet for lunch at 12 o'clock. The next question people ask me goes something like this: how do you handle difficult conversations? By being prepared physically and psychologically, having pen and paper ready. Consider the seating arrangement, the environment, and any barriers to open dialogue. Keep an open mind and get their side of the story, because they're always great stories. Take your time, don't be in a hurry, and listen comprehensively. Review the conversation for factual accuracy, and review your performance as a listener. After an episode where communication was strained or riddled with tension, people wonder and often ask me, what do you do after an uncomfortable conversation with a coworker? One time I read that emotions last approximately 40 straight hours before a person's biochemistry returns to homeostasis, the condition they were in before the uncomfortable conversation. So in a day or two, maybe over a cup of coffee, simply ask, how are you feeling, or what do you think about the conversation the other day? I have some friends and family members that work in loving, caring, and supportive organizations. They are surprised to hear that some people suffer in work environments that have challenging conversations. They will ask me, what challenging conversations can take place within the work environment? Well, dialectical tensions. The dialectical model is the perspective that people in virtually all relationships must deal with equally important, simultaneous, and opposing forces. For example, in an argument with someone important to you, the desire to win, satisfy the need to be right, clashes with the social need of maintaining good relationship. It depends on your point of view. These can be uncomfortable conversations. When we work in teams and work groups, we are sometimes an audience to rough and tumble conversations. When I deliver speeches, seminars, and workshops on team building and teamwork, participants often ask, how can you make everyone feel heard and comfortable sharing their point of view during tough conversations? Well, a basic rule in interpersonal communication is that before you respond to any person's feelings, you need to check to make sure you really know what the other person actually feels. This is especially important in difficult conversations at work. The best way to check out whether or not you have accurately interpreted or understand how a person is feeling is through a perception check. A perception check has 3 parts. Repeat the comment or describe the behavior, offer 2 or maybe 3 possible interpretations of the comment or behavior, and then request clarification on how to interpret that comment or behavior. By perception checking, you can make everyone feel heard and comfortable sharing their point of view during tough conversations. Since I mentioned that I deliver speeches, seminars, and workshops on team building and teamwork, people question whether their role on a team should be something that has to do with expressing negative thoughts or pointing out things that could or should be improved. If you're a team player, you need to play your part and focus on the team's success. So share your thoughts honestly. Being a team player during difficult conversations at work can help team members discuss actions to take to walk through the issues and work through those issues to maintain, if not improve, the work environment. If you or your coworkers are wondering how to handle difficult conversations at work, contact me at kit@seminarsonstress.com, and I will provide a presentation packed with practical strategies to manage the stress.